Okay, hi. My name is Khairunisa binti Khairul Rizal, and my matrix number is 200887. So, okay, Kostuba.
Hi, my name is Kostuba Balakrishnan and my matrix number is 200523.
Hi, my name is Anna Maisara binti Mama Arif and my matrix number is 20101.
Hi, my name is Sanguri Govindasamy. My matric number is 204673.
Hi, my name is Nuhairina binti Mamazaki and my matrix numbers is 200736.
Okay, so today we are going to discuss about zero waste, and the focus is it is difficult to practice zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia. What is your view? So before we begin our discussion, I would like to read the zero waste concept. According to the Zero Waste International Alliance, the zero waste movement is the conservation of all resources by means of responsible production, consumption, reuse and recovery of products, packaging and materials without burning and with no discharges to land, water or air that threaten the environment or human health. So in my point of view, I agree that it is difficult to practice zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia because the mindset of citizens of nations regarding the zero waste lifestyle is still poor. This is due to the fact that they still believe that zero waste is expensive, costly, and time consuming. Most companies still continue to use plastic as the product's packaging as it is less expensive. It is hard to banish the usage of plastic as it is very useful in real life. There was no way to buy things like rice and other staple foods without plastics. We can also observe that Malaysians are still ignorantly throwing more rubbish into the river. This shows our environmental consciousness is still lacking. We can also see that Malaysians are still not throwing rubbish accordingly into different recycle bins. I believe that it is going to take a long time to actually raise the citizens' awareness regarding the zero waste lifestyle, as it wasn't easy to break old habits. Think about it. If people forget to bring along reusable bags um, while they go shopping in the supermarket, they will have no doubt paying 20 cents for a plastic um, as um, as it doesn't cost much. However, I'm not against the zero waste concept as it will definitely be beneficial for our ecosystem and Mother Earth. But to normalize the zero waste concept into our life is a long way to go. This is because I believe that each one of us must give their full commitment to implement the zero waste lifestyle. So what do you guys think?
I'm sorry, Khairunisa, but I have to disagree with your point because in my point of view, I think it is not difficult to practice zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia. As Khairunisa mentioned earlier, why it is difficult because the mindset of our Malaysians is poor regarding zero waste lifestyle. But I disagree with this point because we have many educational programs regarding zero waste lifestyle nowadays. For example, the non-governmental organization Zero Waste Malaysia, they have been conducting many programs in collaboration with schools and other centers in order to educate the public from kids about the zero waste lifestyle. So this can increase the awareness of the importance of zero waste lifestyle among them. So in my point of view, why I think it is not difficult to practice zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia, because it actually makes the production of new materials easier. Because as we know, when we want to produce new material from a raw material, either we synthesize it chemically or we extract it from the nature, we sure need energy and we need cost in order to produce it. But if we, the public, the community, reuse or recycle our waste materials, this will reduce the demand for the production of new materials. For example, if we look into peppers, if we use our reused peppers for other users such as packaging, gifts, and other users. So there will be reduced demand in peppers. So the company would not have to spend so much of cost, and they would not spend so much of effort in order to produce more and more peppers. So at the same time, this can actually save our environment too, because as we know, we have to cut down a lot of trees in order to produce new peppers. So if you look into this in detail, we can actually lose manpower jobs, because since company require less effort, there will be required less manpower. So some of the workers might lose job, but at the same time, they can shift into working through this zero waste lifestyle. Because as I was scrolling through the Zero Waste Malaysia Facebook post, I saw a program regarding second life for packaging materials, where whenever you have any waste materials at your home, you can collect all of it and post it to the address that is provided in the post. So in this way, Zero Waste Malaysia can actually create more job opportunities. And for example, for those who are having a busy lifestyle, when you don't have enough time to decide on what you should do with your waste material, you can just spend a few minutes collecting all of them and posting them to the address, and they will decide what they will do with that waste materials. So what I think is there is always an option when you want to contribute to zero waste lifestyle. So what do you guys think?
Sorry to say, but I kind of disagree with you, Kostuba. And I think that it is difficult to practice zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia, since as we can see, there are too many lacks in our system, especially in management aspect and financial aspect. Um, as we all know, in any planning and project that is to be implemented, management is the most important aspect in determining such success. According to studies by a group of students of University Technology Malaysia, the challenges in management aspect when implementing the concept of zero waste are in terms of employees' welfare. So this concept actually require a lot of work processes, but allowance or incentive are too lack. So besides, the agencies are lacking staff, whereas CF deal with a lot of work and procedures. So unluckily, there are not many people that are interested to work in this field, since they're taught that they will work with rubbish. So other than that, there are problems in financial allocation for maintaining and managing solid waste system. So their lack of financial injection, government will make it difficult for public solid waste management and public cleansing companies to run large-scale programs. Furthermore, since this concept require a whole shift of management and processing technologies of recyclable solid waste types, that of course requiring large financial injection in the beginning stage to initiate this concept. So what do you think, Avi?
Okay, I also disagree with you, Anna, because I feel that practicing zero waste lifestyle in our country is not difficult. Because in my opinion, steps towards zero waste should begin from individual level before it go to national level or community level. Because as you said, like there is lacking of financial problem from the government, but we can solve it by because this step can be start from the individual level, not like must begin from the government and it's like go down to the individual level. So and I believe that now we generations that are more deliberate and purposeful in our shopping behavior and also have higher ecological concerns. With with this in mind, the younger consumers could easily adopt the concept of zero waste as they are concerned on their consumption behavior and its impact to the environment. So like in our daily activities, such as like car washing, we can use a pail of water instead of using a hose to reduce the water wastage during car washing process. So even the consumption practices like Kaustuba said, the 3R concept is also applicable in every household as most of the household product can be fully utilized by this concept. And also, I believe that once an individual started practicing zero waste and experienced the beauty of the zero waste concept, and there will be a tendency for them to wanting to share this with others, especially with their family members. So by this, we can actually increase the awareness and ultimately stop or reduce the amount of waste that going to landfill and incinerator and also being thrown to the environment. And I also like wanted to focus, and there is like many issues arising that in our country, Malaysia is now lacking of space to just allocate for waste, like such as landfills is now in Malaysia is started to lacking. So even like Austoba said, the Zero Waste Malaysia organization, they even have published zero waste event handbook for public to encourage event organizers to practice zero waste in their event successfully. So if all of these measures can like increase the awareness among the public and also like evidence that zero waste start being practiced and it can be need a bit more effect, then it can be like successfully implemented in the whole country. So what do you think, Irina?
Thank you, Sangavi. So, in my opinion on this topic, I am actually partially agreeing and partially disagreeing on it. This is because, for me, before an institution decides whether it is difficult or not for them to make some changes, it has first to put their best effort into it. And Malaysia, in efforts to approach a zero waste lifestyle, we have not put enough effort yet. This is because, from my observation, we have only been focusing on recycling in our education system. Whereas to live in a zero waste lifestyle, we have to also focus on the other two R, which is reduce and reuse. So without this focus, our citizens will remain having less consciousness about our environment. This is as mentioned by Karinisa just now. And also about the problem that has been mentioned by Anna, where we have less intensive. I believe that the government should come up with the best systematic plan and as well as attractive approach to ensure the best engagement from the citizens. So let's say if we don't know how to start or we are running out of idea, we should take other countries such as Japan for some inspiration because they are also working on this effort for quite some time. So do you guys know that in my recent researches, I have found out that there is a skincare brand named Lancome. They have been recently launching a recycling project where they urge their customers to return the empty bottle regardless any brand to their store for the item to be recycled back to their factory. So in this case, the customers will get some point reward in return that will allow them to get free item in the future. So it is actually a win-win situation that satisfies both parties. And also at the same time, lesser item will be thrown away into the landfill. So this is a great example why we shouldn't underestimate the capabilities of nation to approach this kind of lifestyle, because as long as we are well educated on it and there are attractive approaches, I'm sure that more companies will do the same and more changes will be made. And also greener Malaysia won't be an impossible thing to happen. Yeah, what do you guys think?
With you, Karina, because even though there are too many challenges that we think that this concept is impossible to implement it among Malaysian, but after all, we require a lot of cooperation and effort from all parties in Malaysia, especially. So even though there are many challenges to implement zero waste concept, which are in context of enforcement, management, finance, and even though the community attitude. But after all, what we can do now is we need to educate ourselves, right, to get a positive result so we can save our earth with this concept.
Okay,
So what do you
I
guys think?
I also agree with Kairina. I agree that to implement the zero waste lifestyle is tricky. I am not denying that it is impossible to practice this lifestyle. However, it might be a slow progress to change our behavior and our consciousness. I also agree that we have to educate ourselves, especially on the educational level, and government also have to make a systematic approach in order to make this kind of lifestyle into reality.
In a conclusion, despite all of the obstacles and struggles that are faced by Malaysian at the moment in terms of educating and implementing this zero waste lifestyle, it is still too early to consider it as impossible. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Yes.
The main point is we have to start small. It starts with an individual responsibility, and then it proceeds to family, and then it proceeds to another higher level. So the main point is to make sure it is attractive, and then everyone engage with the concept, and we together will contribute to a greener Malaysia someday. That's all from us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.